So Twitter, there's 100 million people. When I started this, there was about 37 million. It doesn't grow as fast, but still, 100 million is not anything to sneeze at. So as a nonprofit, how are you guys getting new members? Because I'm looking over the landscape of the room and I see that obviously, we don't have very many young people in here. So how are you getting new people right now? How are you getting volunteers? So not everybody that's a Kiwanian, not everybody that does stuff for your events are Kiwanians per se. But how are you getting out to those people to get them to show up? We'll talk about that. And then of course, how are you raising funds? Because without money, you really can't run your club. You need that. So these are all some important things, and a lot of it has to do with there's a major change. So to kind of give you an idea of what this change that we're talking about looks like, anyone here ever have a black and white TV? Okay. Now, what's that?
I've grown up without a TV.
So when I was growing up, I did have a black and white TV. It might have been because I was poor, because my parents kept everything, but I did have one. But at some point, we went from black and white TV to color TV. So people got rid of their their black and white TVs in exchange for color. And then we made another transition from TV that came in through over the air to where you can plug your TV in the wall and get some kind of a TV signal. Now, how many people in here have cable? Okay. Now, anybody want to take a guess at what percentage of people in our country have cable?
40.
Okay, so I hear 60, I hear 40, I hear 90. Okay, it's 56% of the people. So that means that only half of the country, and there's tons of, that's a great business obviously to be in. You only have 50% market penetration, that's pretty good. But only 50% of the people have it, so that means that there's still 44% of people that do not have plug-in-the-wall cable or, like satellite or something like that. So about a year and a half ago, the FCC made a transition from analog TV, which was regular signal, to a digital signal, right? And it wasn't a gradual change. One day we had analog, the next day we didn't. And so imagine like a sailor that might have been gone on a 6-month deployment. He came home one day, turned his TV on, he didn't have cable yet. Now he has nothing because he wasn't getting the right signal. And that's what's going on in marketing and in word of mouth, getting the word out type of advertising. I'll call that for all intents and purposes. So people have become numb to traditional ways of receiving messages. Because from the time you left home and till the time you got here, you probably saw 10 or 15 billboards. But at the same time, you didn't see 10 or 15 billboards. And when a commercial comes on, unless it's the Super Bowl, and I think we were pretty disappointed this year, but overall, when a commercial comes on, you're going to get up and do something more productive, or turn the channel. So people aren't doing advertising. And even your email campaigns aren't nearly as effective as they once were. I hear most of my clients say that they have about a 7 to 10% open rate for emails that they track. So that means that if you send out 100 emails, only 7 to 10 people are reading them. So your message isn't getting there. So the reason is because people have choices. So they've gone from being sold stuff to actually being informed consumers of whatever it is to becoming buyers. They are actually educated. So someone may call you and want to inquire about your club, and they already know about the Optimist, or they already know about the Rotary. They've already searched the internet and learned about all these clubs, and they think they're an expert. They think, because they've Googled it. Okay? So, but for charities and nonprofits, when I first started doing all this free stuff, I got to the point where people actually kind of believed what I was saying, and I started doing a lot of nonprofit stuff for free. So if you're a president, or if you have your own club and you want me to come out and speak, I will come and I'll talk to your club for free. Just keep that in mind. But I believe that social media is made for nonprofits and charities. Because for a business, it used to be where they could throw a ton of money at something and it would give them a huge return. But now, it doesn't really work that way. It's about how many people you can engage, how many people you can get your message out to in a way that is interesting to them. And if they can relate to it, not only will they join your cause, but they'll also share your information with a bunch of people. So because nonprofits have the people capital, we have social capital by nature, we can actually use the power of our own capital of people to get the word out much quicker, much stronger, and and much more effectively than a business that is relying on a very few people and some money.